Hi, I'm Dan. I'm the lead designer on Base Commander.
And I'm Spencer, and I'm the head of marketing and growth.
Two members from our team aren't able to be here with us today, and that's Trinjoy, who is our lead developer, and Cheyenne, who is our art director. But they're with us in spirit, and you'll be seeing a lot of their work in this video.
Base Commander is a MOBA style game similar to League of Legends or Dota. It's very unique and special in its own way though.
While the game's intended to be a multiplayer game, we have it set up so that any number of people can play, even if it's just one person.
So what makes Base Commander unique? What is our fun factor?
So Base Commander is, yes, traditional to a lot of MOBAs in that there's a variety of characters, but there's no towers. There's no nexuses or artifacts, there's no lanes even. We actually have an open map, and your goal is to capture bases. I mean, it's in the name, Base Commander. Each base your team captures gives your team a unique power-up, like bonus attack damage or speed, or a unique ability, like going invisible after a team fight. The way you win Base Commander is by capturing all of the unique bases scattered around the map.
So what makes it a little bit more fun, pushing beyond that fact of just capturing the bases, is you can't drop into a game and then just take a base right off the bat.
It's not King of the Hill.
Right, so you actually have to buy the bases, which adds a little bit of strategy, but it's not too difficult. And you get that gold to buy the bases by killing in-game monsters, minions, or other players. And every base that you purchase gives you a special ability.
Yeah, and the thing that you want to make sure you're also doing is protecting the bases your team buys, because the enemy team can come in and steal the base for free. And as a thief, whoever goes in to make the steal, you have to also be mindful, because stealing has its own risk, and that's that you're locked in place, you can't use any abilities, you can't move, you can't auto attack, you can't flee. You either get it or the enemy team gets you and you die.
A couple other features that make Base Commander new, exciting, and quite refreshing is that the actual game itself does not take 30 to 45 minutes to play. That's something that, I know Dan was tired of, and it's a lot of people
it's
play.
Tough. People don't have the time to sit down for it.
Yeah, so our games are intended to be about that 5 to 7 minute time frame, where you can sit down, you can play the game, and then you can get up and go within that 10 minutes. Another big feature that I really like personally is the item aspect. So items will randomly fall from the sky throughout the game, giving whoever picks up that item that ability for the entire portion of the game, whether it's health, damage, speed, anything like that.
Yeah, and that way, you're not spending all of your time focusing on saving gold for items. You're really just focusing on getting the bases and then grabbing the item cubes that are kind of like Mario Kart cubes when you see them.
Well, and similar to the pace of the game is leveling up. Now, you start at level 1, similar to all other games, but leveling up is fairly easy in this game.
Yeah, exactly. You're not going to be spending half the time grinding to get up to level 18. We want the leveling up to be fast. We want it to feel like you still have to grind a little bit for it in our official launch. But in this, you're going to get in right away, you're going to level up, and you're going to be getting right to the action within the first 15, 20 seconds.
That's mining minions.
Yeah.
That is obviously killing other opponents or stealing bases, right? So there's a few different options that you can do to level up and kind of expedite the process.
Yeah, and so whether it's farming mobs or farming players or using the bases because those grant you some experience as well, there's a lot of ways to level up. We want to make sure it's done quickly.
A couple other features of Base Commander. So obviously we have various playable characters. We have very traditional characters like ADCs and mages,
yeah.
But we have some very unique ones like thieves and guardians. Now thieves allow you to kind of stealthily steal bases or stealthily mine, go invisible. There's one in my favorite that allows that person to duplicate into like 5 clones of himself.
Yeah.
So it makes stealing and mining a lot more enjoyable and a little bit more fun. Then there's that guardian aspect, kind of that buff, right?
Kind of like a tank, but your purpose is to guard bases. Like you want to make sure you defend what your team owns.
Right, so the point here is that we do have various playable characters. They all have their own play style, their own abilities, their own skills and traits. So it's, people coming in who enjoy playing maybe more speed versus more power, they have that option. It's not just that one choice. And I think one of the most important features is Base Commander is easy to play. Although we've talked about different strategies and styles, it is a very simple game to pick up and learn, and I mean, it's QWER and click to move.
Yeah, it's easy to play and it's easy to understand the risk-reward concepts in the game. There's a lot of these high-risk situations that offer high rewards, and as soon as you understand that, hey, steal when you're ready and don't steal when you're not ready, or buy when your team's ready and don't buy when you're not ready, you pretty much understand Base Commander and how the functionality core concept of the game works.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to add one thing here is that this is not us just puffing up the hot air. All these things that we've said is actual feedback from an event that we've already been to. So these are responses and feedback from players who came in, knew nothing about Base Commander, and decided to try out the game for the first time.
Our intention with Base Commander is that it's kind of like a high-tension, nail-biter sort of game that feels competitive, but then also has those vibes that are like playing Super Smash Brothers with your buddies. You know, it's just good camaraderie. You're getting hooting and hollering over stealing bases and shut down the steal and get back in and like come around for this side. Let's play around here. It has all sorts of moments like that that feel really refreshing, coming from so many years of us playing League of Legends and other games that just start to feel a little bit repetitive.
Right. Has the ability to be relaxed, enjoyable, fun, and it's just a couple of buddies hanging out, but also the ability to get very strategic, very intense, and as you said, nail biter.
Yeah, the whole concept of the timer when you're going to steal something, that nerve of like, all right, now I gotta start the steal, the timer starts ticking down, everyone's notified that the steal is happening, and you're just sitting there. It's so much fun to be that person, have your team then play around you to defend you, and you get back in after the steal is completed, or to be the enemy team and you're getting in there as fast as you can to shut everyone down and you successfully stop the steal. Those sort of elements make Base Commander really dynamic and fun. We've been working on this and really just pouring our hearts into it, but it's time for us to start showing this game to people. It's time for us to start giving an opportunity to the world to play it. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to our video. If you've made it all the way through this, thank you. And I really hope that we get to leave a lasting impression on you and everyone else.